I love watching fish eat. That does not get old, man.
I got one tracking me to the surface.
Oh! Oh, he got it.
Got it.
I gotta keep my motor in motion. I got plans as big as the ocean to get me into the flow. I keep my motor in motion. My plans are as big as the ocean. It's just a crazy notion, but I've got to get into the flow.
Into the Blue, presented by Yellowfin, with Captain Scott Walker and Captain Steve Roger.
All right, Skipper, we out of here?
Yes, sir. Let's rock and roll.
Man, I'm excited to do a little bottom fishing.
We're going to get on them.
I love to do some bottom fishing, man. Now, you drop it all the way to the bottom,
A lot of times you'll
Free
find them
line.
they'll be real shallow.
right?
A lot of times you'll catch them 5, 10 feet deep. We'll
Really?
be in about 100 feet of water. I can't imagine they'll be any deeper than 20 feet, 30 feet at the most.
So no weight at all.
Oh, you got to put some weight because we're pretty close to the mouth of the river.
Okay.
And get a decent amount of current in there.
Okay. Just kind of free line it out.
I'm ready to catch some snappers. Not in season, but they're going to bend the
That's
pole.
all right, yeah, definitely. Pretty fish, too.
Gotta see what survived the spill. So far, everything. And it's bigger than it was before.
They got that year off. Much needed year off.
Did you notice right off the bat that the fish you started catching were a little bit bigger, just a little bit, or they're just wide
I
on?
tell you what, it was definitely a hit, but the fishing is still here. It's still phenomenal. It,
You're going to the exact same spots.
exact same spots.
Gotcha.
Didn't change their patterns, that's for sure.
Hey, light her up.
We met up with Billy Wells on the Wild Bill. Great guy, nice as can be. We said we wanted to try to do a little red snapper fishing, even though they were out of season,
Yeah, we had to see what it's like.
just to try something different.
We snapper fish every day, and they got snapper here. We got to see what it's all about.
Yeah, he had actually saved some, what was it, tuna belly?
Yeah.
He had saved some.
Yellowfin tuna belly. We could have it for sashimi, but
Yeah.
cut it for bait in Louisiana.
Yeah, he had,
They're
he had a
bigger
bag
over here.
He had a bag of that, and he said he was going to put us on some red snappers, and it seemed to most of the guys we talked to, it's like, red snapper, you want to catch them? I mean, they're everywhere. What do you want them for? It seems to be a fish that is just everywhere out here on these rigs.
Well, it's comparable to our mutton snapper, and you put me on some great mutton bites.
Taste-wise.
I don't know about that because we couldn't keep any.
Fight-wise, no, that is. I've had them, but not the fact that fish likes to eat.
We set up, do we need live bait? He goes, no, but well, let's catch some anyway. He wanted to be thorough. He had everything we needed, to cut bait. But we were enthralled by these thread fins that are as big as bluefish. So we want to catch that just for fun because it's kind of cool. And on our way to catch thread fins, on the way to catch the red snapper, what the heck did we see? We see this giant pogie operation, bunker. I mean,
Yeah,
the
'cause
first scene, we'd seen the planes flying over. Is that for redfish? No, that's for the pogies. What are pogies? Bunker. And we come out, whichever pass, we came out a different pass every time. There's so many tributaries. We come out this one pass on our way to the red snapper, and there's this giant boat 1 mile out. We're not 10 miles out. We're 1 mile, outside the mouth of Mississippi, and this thing is hauling back. The Persine boats are tropic, and there's seagulls for miles. The water's blood red, and we go all around this thing. I've never seen this operation. I've heard about it. They collect it for cosmetics and fertilizer and cat food. And they're taking not hundreds of fish, not thousands, not even millions. They're taking metric tons out of the water. And this operation was incredible. The giant sucker thing, the guys working their butts off. There's machines with fish flying and water pumping out. That was the craziest thing I've ever seen. And that was only one of them.
Yeah, and that's what's so insane. The fact that this place with all the bad press and this place is supposed to be hurt by this oil spill, and there's supposed to be signs of lack of fish and lack of sea life and lack of birds.
Bait fish is the beginning of all life.
That's the sign. You want to see if there's a problem somewhere?
Yeah.
Look for the bait. If there's no bait, there's going to be no fish.
Let me find a D-hooker. Bring him up, Stevie.
Trying, buddy.
Yeah, look right to your left, Steve.
Yep. There was massive schools of bait fish are swimming around us. I mean, they're
like-
everywhere you look. There was a ripple and a push of the, one of the largest schools of HEC.
Yeah, bunker or thread fins are
Yeah.
swarming. And then as soon as you're inside the mouth, did we ever not see a mullet for an entire week?
No.
When we were inside the mouth of Mississippi, you look left, you look right.
And this place, they say, is the paradise, or the sportsman's paradise. I mean, I think it's on every bumper license plate I saw, sportsman's paradise, you know what I mean? And it truly is. It's got it all,
It's spot on with that.
We got done with that, catching some bait, looking at those guys, how they caught bait compared to how we one at a time caught them.
By the time they're catching metric tons.
Yeah.
And we didn't go a mile past that boat, and then we found a school of bait fish we wanted, a thread fin. We caught a couple dozen, and then 5 minutes later, we pull up to a rig,
And that's
inshore rig.
Yeah, no. That's right outside of the path.
Oh, it is a pretty red.
Beautiful fish. Big old bite mark in him. Oh, yeah.
Man, look at the injury he has survived.
Yeah.
Great. Let's talk about that a little bit.
Into the Blue, presented by Yellowfin, is brought to you by Yellowfin, only in a Yellowfin. Yeti, wildly stronger, keep ice longer. Simrad, brought to you by the new Simrad NSS Sport touchscreen display, and by Costa Sunglasses and Tailwalker Charters.
These little yellowtail hooks, little weighted hooks.
Yes.
The snapper honey hole, and as you can see, there are quite a few fish down there. Get some hooks in the water and get some rods bending.
Now, is there any sharks or cudas eating those snapper when you're trying to catch them, or?
We haven't had any problems with them. I'm sure they're down there, but we haven't had that issue lately, at least.
Well, that'll be a first.
Want a much better school of fish now.
All right.
Ought to speed up the process here a little bit. Typically, the upcurrent side of the rig is better than the downcurrent side. It's just easier to keep the boat positioned on the downcurrent side.
The ones that are full are hanging on the backside.
The lazy
The
ones.
hungry ones are up front. They're going to eat, then they'll slide back to the back.
Problem with most of the places around here is there's so many sharks around these rigs. You start with that chum, and then you start getting a lot of undesirables.
Be so patient with a circle hook. Fighting back.
Don't let them get you in that rig now.
Oh, I didn't know that was a problem. Sweet. I'm fighting back.
Come on, get him.
Doubleheader.
Oh, double down.
There we go.
They like the Toro, baby.
They like the red meat. They bite that red meat better than live bait a lot of
Oh,
days.
it is a pretty red.
Beautiful fish. Big old bite mark in him.
Oh, man, it's a rough life by these rigs.
Oh, yeah.
I was telling you about
Man,
all
look
those
at the
sharks.
injury he has survived.
Yeah.
Great. Let's talk about that a little bit. Holy moly.
Look at the bites
That's
on it.
almost a bull shark dinner there.
Yeah. And
He was a
healed
little
up.
too fast and slippery for him.
Man, he's a little bit redder than ones we were catching. Oh, let's make it a doubleheader.
Double down, baby, double down.
Man, that is a pretty fish, just that color.
What you think of that?
Yeah, beautiful fish, man. Love that color. That guy's, man, he's a fighter.
Got to do your part to try to keep them healthy. Can hear the air coming out from.
Yeah, the first
Bringing
ones were
them up too
aluminum.
deep.
They didn't last very long, but this one's made out of plastic. I like that a little bit.
That's pretty nice.
Look at
It's
that
pretty
thing
nice.
work.
You
That
know,
thing worked great.
All right,
I
so
use
now,
a Cajun injector needle.
oh, gotcha. Yeah, we had a budget. We had a little. Awesome.
Yep, you can hear that air
You
come
sure
out
can.
and helps them get back down.
All right, we don't want to hurt them. All right,
Awesome
you keep
catch.
that in your pocket. You're gonna be busy. Perfect.
Double snapper, first drop. I like it. I had
You
one
gotta pull
on.
them out the rig.
I know. I waited on the second one,
This
and then
one's a big one. He's still
That's a
gonna
pretty
find
good
out.
one.
somehow the boat
Pretty
started
good one.
sliding awfully close to the rig.
Into the Blue, presented by Yellowfin, is brought to you by Mercury, Bass Pro Shops, your adventure starts here, and by King Sailfish Mounts and Spear One.
This year, Seaguar is celebrating its 40th anniversary. Although I haven't been using it for 40 years, it is all that I use now. Seaguar invented fluorocarbon, and they have changed the way we fish today and forever. This year, they're expanding their product line to include braid and mono fishing line. For years, fluorocarbon was too high priced for the average charter boat operator to use, me included. But now, with the technology and the availability and competition, the prices come down where everyone can afford to use it. With that being said, Seaguar is still the only brand you want to use. It's skinnier, stronger, and more abrasion resistant than anything on the market. Fishing for billfish day in and day out, groupers and snappers, all around reef structure, pilings, boats, propellers, Seaguar's abrasion resistant is superior to any I've ever tried. Once you hook a fish, the fish is going to stay on this line. Everyone is always looking for an edge to win a tournament. We all have the same rods, the same reels, same hooks. And then it's always one little factor, one little thing that changes for everybody. And until you catch up, you're behind. Fluorocarbon was that answer. It is virtually invisible in the water. That means more strikes, more fish, more tournament wins. What's great about this is I've already got their leader. It's all I use, but all I use is short pieces, 5, 6 feet long, maybe 15 at most. Now I'm going to have my lines packed full of their braid or their mono, and I'll have the complete system, all Seaguar from start to finish. I've trusted them for years with their leader material. Now I trust them completely with everything.
Man,
I had one
gotta pull
on.
them out the rig.
I know. I waited on the second one.
This
and then
one's a big one. He's still got
That's
a
a
bite
pretty
out
good
of
one.
it.
somehow the boat
Pretty
started
good one.
sliding awfully close to the rig.
Pretty good one. Holy moly.
Man, I worked hard on that rig.
You get 3 of them like that on there once. The sharks are hungry around here.
That one's fresh. That one's bleeding. That one's
That
fresh.
is bleeding.
You got a little bite mark on him?
Yeah.
Now we went from 80-pound leader to 100 to 130, and finally we get a double header to the surface. But by that time, you're already off to something else. You're like, you know what? You're throwing chunks out. You've already moved. You've moved. You and Billy, of course, moved the fish to the surface. I mean, it was emerald green, and we could actually see 10 feet down. And all of a sudden, we were winding one in, and others were following it up.
Yeah.
Again, who knew that snappers would do it like
Yeah.
the cobia and a dolphin?
What we got?
Single
Single.
of another beautiful American red.
Oh, and you got chewed off on the other one. I think you.
Yep.
I think you need to step up in line class.
That's 80-pound doubled.
I got 2 on that.
Ooh, look, he's spitting up a cutlass fish.
Is that like a ribbon fish?
Yeah.
Yep, sure is.
Nice.
See, I always see them boys from SK bring them in their bags, but we don't have them down there.
I didn't know where they lived. Man, this one does not want to come off the bottom.
You pull up to any trawl boat around here, you'll see
Full
them
of 'em.
hanging all through their nets. I catch them in my cast net sometimes, and their teeth get all hung up. Oh!
There is some rig under us. All right. Making me angry.
Now, what time of year do we get to come back and keep these? Or does it fluctuate?
Summertime. They
Summertime?
can change it, but the last several years they've
been
opened
summer?
it. They've opened it June 1st, and it goes to the middle of July.
And they're
It's
just as prevalent?
40, absolutely.
In the summer as they are right now.
I fish this at the same rig just about every day of the season.
Okay.
I catch them just like this.
Stop here for 10 minutes, get your limit, and
Stop
move on
here
to
for
the
10
big
minutes,
stuff.
pick up your 6, 8, 10 dozen, however you need, and keep on rolling.
Getting a look.
I'm gonna try to get me one on artificial. Captain said he got me a
Oh, I
little
got one
lure.
tracking me to the surface.
Oh! Oh, he got it.
Got it!
Got it that time.
Into the Blue, presented by Yellowfin, is brought to you by Seaguar, always the best fishing line. Okuma Fishing Tackle, there's no stopping Okuma. Marine Formula Stable, for everyday optimal performance and protection. And by Ameritrail Boat Trailers and Under Armour.
CCA Louisiana has been doing many projects along the coast trying to create better access for fishermen. Recently we have built multiple artificial reefs in Lake Pontchartrain, the Venice area, Grand Isle area, as well as Lake Calcasieu. This will help not only have our regular fishermen be able to access it, but also let the tourists come in and we can pretty much guarantee they're going to catch some fish over those reefs. The coast is fine, the fish are biting, and they're very, very plentiful. Whether it's a high dollar redfish one-day tournament or one of our tournaments that lasts all summer long, we want to get people to the coast supporting these economies, but also showing everyone what Louisiana has to offer. One of the big plans that CCA Louisiana has in conjunction with the governor and a lot of other people is we're building a saltwater hatchery. It is proposed right now. We don't think we had a whole lot of damage during the oil spill, but why take the chance with the best fishery in the world? It'll be 3 sites. We're going to grow trout, redfish, and flounder, and hopefully put back as many fingerlings as we take out during the year of recreational fishing. From coastal fishing that we all know, we all hear about on TV shows like this one, we also have plenty of hunting opportunities as well. You go in the northeast corner of the state, some of the best mallard duck hunting there is. Go through the middle of the state, follow the rivers. There are all kinds of deer hunting opportunities. Lots of big bucks are killed every year. And you have lots of freshwater fishing as well, all throughout the state. We've got rivers all over the place. We've held Bassmasters twice here in the last 4 years. It should say something about the fishery. You go into Calcasieu Parish, you can do both. Do duck hunting and fishing all on the same day, and you want to talk about a way to experience South Louisiana at its finest. Head to Calcasieu or Plaquemines or anywhere in between, do a little cast and blast. You know, I'm from Monroe, Louisiana, which is the very northeast corner of the state. I represent recreational fishermen on the coast, but I'll tell you, come to Louisiana. Fishing, hunting, it doesn't matter. I'm more of a deer hunter and a duck hunter as much as a fisherman. We offer it all. It is something you don't want to miss, and it's easily accessible to anyone.
Get some more bait out there, keep them going.
Keep them going, Cap. That is awesome, man. I love that drift fishing.
That's cool,
I mean,
that's cool.
yeah.
It doesn't matter what kind of fish it is.
doesn't.
Watching them eat,
Yep.
it's cool.
It doesn't. Big yellowfin, barracuda, whatever. Silky sharks.
Hardhead catfish at the fish cleaning station.
Exactly.
As long as you're watching them eat, it's pretty cool.
That's great fish too, man.
Hoping he has some
That-
buddies come up with
I
him.
could definitely do that all day long right there.
All day.
Usually they'll trail right up to the top with them.
A lot of times they will follow it.
Awesome fish, Billy.
One of the first ones we caught with no bite marks on it.
Yeah,
It
clean
must
guy.
not taste good.
You know, he knows to hang up high. Look at him, you got him there, right there, buddy. There's 3 or 4 of them swimming right there. Awesome, man.
Probably this one yet.
Yeah, got some good size to him. He knows to eat tuna. For sure.
Good thing about catching one on a drift line,
Yeah,
no need to venom.
yes, sir. Awesome fish, dude.
Good work.
Thank you. I'll take the dirty hand, I don't care.
You're like, I want to start freelining. Back to the Keys technique. We want to just start chunking.
Let's catch him on a lighter rod, lighter, little better fight. You know, he marked those fish when we pulled up, and he knew. You know, he smiled. He's like, yeah, we're good.
Oh my God, that Simrad sonar.
Yeah, he's like, oh.
Look at that mark.
Yeah, he's like, we're good. And,
That's all red snappers. We gotta, let's kick it up a notch.
And then we're like, how do you want us to catch him? He's like, however you want. You know what I mean? So we rigged up, and that's a neat thing that
we didn't have to go to 30-pound leader. We just took the spinners and we went with 60 and 80-pound fluorocarbon and the biggest circles you get. And they were biting with reckless abandon. I mean, you had it going on. You got the first drift and you changed it. I'm putting my lead away. I'm switching over, and then we're catching one chunks, and that wasn't good enough. I wanted to take one of those threadfins we caught and throw it out and catch one live. He said, "You don't want to do that. Cut the tail off and make them chase it to the surface."
If
if that. I mean, that
Oh,
is-
they're on me. They're on me. Oh! Oh! Jump!
He boiled on it. Oh, he got you.
He gave up and went for the freebie. That's the one I want right there.
hand selecting them now, huh? Oh, that's got to call them in.
Oh, here they come. Here they come. Oh! Jump.
All right, let's see if this one stay on there. I love watching fish eat. That does not get old, man.
Never.
Getting look.
I'm gonna try to get me one on artificial. Captain said he's got me a
Oh, I
little
got
lure.
one tracking me to the surface. Oh!
Oh, he got
I
it.
got it.
Got it that time. You know, I love catching snappers, and I love visually catching anything. I mean, Billy was just as excited. You were excited. I mean, it's just really cool to watch fish eat. You know, I don't have to catch fish all day long. Like people say, how can you just guide for so long? Doesn't it get old? Doesn't it? I don't have to fish. You don't. You just, if I can actually watch fish feed.
And you did.
If they had a channel on TV you could turn on, and it was just fish feeding all day, I could watch it. You know, it's cool.
Well, we worked them up from 80 feet down to 50, and then ultimately to the absolute surface, fin out of the
They
water.
were popping that live bait.
And we didn't have a chum bag. We were just chunking.
Yeah, just throw in a couple pieces of that tuna belly from the day before.
Not too much. Just set it up
just
just
a little
right.
bit.
Nice work, boys.
Awesome, man.
Nice work.
Awesome, dude.
What you think about that?
I think that's great, man. That's great action. Catch them any way you want.
Thanks for showing us your secret spot.
Oh, no sweat.
Catch them on the bottom, catch them on the top, catch them on artificial.
Just
Try
catch
to catch them on a fly rod. I mean, anything.
Oh, absolutely. I guarantee you
We
catch
have
them on
jumping
that
out of the
swim
water.
jig, you catch them on a fly rod.
Exactly. That was really cool.
I'll pull anchor if you clean the boat.
All right.
Kind of like doing the dishes when you use paper plates, huh?
You got it.